I'll just talk through the journey that we as a building have taken to get to the point that you can see on screen where we are actually installing and about to commission a multiple EV charging points in our car park basement. So I own in an apartment in Pyrmont. It's a large building. I'm on the executive committee of that building. I do not actually live in that building. For me, it was an investment property that I purchased. I very much am a technology consultant. It's my business. And I became engaged with cars when they started to connect to the internet about 15 years ago. And I thought, hang on, what's going on here? So this is even pre-EV. And then EV started to come into the picture. And I bought a plug-in hybrid in 2015, and by 2017 had realised the problem that this was going to represent for our buildings. It is going to be an issue, and it's a ticking time bomb in the basements of our buildings. So the thresholds that we faced were really about thinking about, well, if we let one person do it, what does that mean for the building? So we decided to engage a consultancy called Wattblock. They are a strata energy consultancy. They came in and gave us a range of perspectives about what we could do. When I began my journey about 5 years ago, this wasn't front of mind for anybody. So I did invest some time, energy and effort with our committee, helping them to understand that whether we like it or not, electric vehicles will be entering the basements of our buildings. And if we don't proactively address it, we'll be reactively addressing it. And the reactive addressing will create a whole bunch of problems we're going to have to unpick. What we did was approach it from a staged point of view. But what if we just put electric vehicle charging in all of the visitor parking? And then that way owners could book in like anyone else can book into visitor parking, plug in their car, charge it up. So we decided to go for something that would be possible without raising a special levy, in order to be able to start the journey such that electric vehicle owners could enter the building. The next threshold problem was power, like how much energy are we going to be dealing with? Again, you need to start looking at what solutions you've got in the market that include load management. Certainly the guys at Wattblock also turned us onto it. So part of that process of doing our market scan and our market survey of, well, what are the solutions that are available, were how do we manage it within the electrical capacity of our building? How do we find a system that actually allows the users of the electric vehicle system? Tesla obviously have a built-in billing solution, whether you go to a supercharger out in the world somewhere or whether you plug in here, this solution works the same. So Tesla will collect the money from Tesla owners. We negotiate our electricity supply. You know, we might be paying sort of 12, 14 cents a kilowatt hour. We'll charge it out at 20, 22, 25 cents a kilowatt hour, which covers not only the cost of the power that's used, but then an amortization of the broader costs that the strata has to bear in order to put the equipment in place. And that means that you either be a Tesla owner or an other EV owner, and you'll be able to go into our basement, plug your car in, charge. The charging for that will all be handled by the third party, and then will just be remitted, you know, once a quarter, whatever it is, to the owner's corporation. We'd already got through a project, and getting a project through an AGM is a big deal. We've also looked at that extra stage about putting the backbone down into, we've got a 3-level basement car park, extending that backbone down there so that we can actually look at how we can allow individual owners to run charges out from there in the future. So we've begun that process. The thing you must do today is revise your capital plan. Because even if you have no intention of putting an EV system in today, tomorrow, or even the year after, at some point you will, and you've all got 10-year capital plans, you must review those capital plans. And just like you allow for your lifts or whatever other infrastructure you've got, so that you don't get hit with a massive special levy, you can plan it now and hopefully be several years into it before you need to do the full upgrade, but you've allowed for that expenditure from today.
Here's local resident Dhruv to speak about his strata property's recent successful solar installation.
The committee here at 6 Williams Parade was looking at ways to make the complex more energy efficient and looking at renewable energy options. We wanted to reduce the cost for running common areas and improve the sustainability and carbon footprint of the complex. There was an initial feasibility study conducted. The study presented us with specific options for our complex that outline costs and savings projections. This was actually really helpful as it kept the conversation objective and allowed us to make an informed decision. We engaged with Wattblock to set up a competitive tender process. This process allowed us to compare installation costs from reputable companies and select the best return on investment. And simplified the whole process. It allowed us to make an informed decision that we're all really excited and pleased with the outcome. We feel that solar is important because it's a great tool for us to improve our energy efficiency for this complex, and also I think it also starts from a ground level for people to be able to do the best that they can outside of government to increase sustainability measures throughout.
Hi, my name's Jessica. I'm living here in this 2-bedroom townhouse with my young family. I have 2 kids, a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. In this block we have 26 units, most of them are 2-bedroom townhouses with little courtyards. The report that we received looked at both energy and water saving recommendations, and also prioritise them from things that were like quick wins, things that we would get like a payback really quickly on and that we could implement easily straight away, and then other things that were more longer term items that we could work towards. And so that made it really easy as the Strata Committee going through the recommendations and working out what we were going to do straight away and what we could then work towards. I've had really positive feedback. The people I've spoken to have been really thankful that we're doing something about improving our energy here in the complex, and just putting in the time to invest into looking at what we can do to make a difference in the small part of the world that we're living in.